Hi, my name is Ari and I'm a team leader. I'm joined by Laurel, who's a youth ambassador, and our coach, Montel. Today we are going to learn opening techniques.
Hi, how are you two?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Great, thank you. Okay, so today we'll learn opening technique. And Ari, would you like to be white?
Yeah.
And Laurel, if you are black, then what we'll do is I'm going to allow you to play for between 5 and 8 moves. We'll then talk about the moves and then we'll start again. And then we'll do that a few times so you can get to know what happens in a few different situations. Then after you've done it a few times, I will then introduce some different openings for you. Okay. Ari, what would you like to move first?
Okay, I would like to move D2 to D4, please.
Okay. Can I move D7 to D5, please?
Can I move E2 to E3, please?
Can I move my B knight to C6?
May I move C2? No, may I move G1 to F3, please?
Can I also move my G knight to F, sorry, yeah.
Can I move B1 to C3, please?
And can I move my C bishop to G? Yeah.
Can I move F1 to B5, please?
Can I move my my A pawn forwards one?
May I move B5 to A4, please?
Okay.
One or two more moves. See what
Okay.
you're doing that.
Can I move my maybe get my queen out, but it's kind of only got a small option. So maybe open. I can't really. Or I could move a pawn.
What are you thinking, Laurel?
I don't know, I'm kind of stuck because I want to maybe like clear up so I can castle.
Okay, so if you want to clear up so that you can castle,
yeah.
The best two moves obviously is either to move that one, which is G7 to G6, okay, or to move the the E pawn forward one to get out to your bishop. Then you can castle.
I think if I did the E, it would be better because then I've got more freedom with the pawns on that side for future if I need to move it forwards.
Okay. Do you want to move it 1 or 2?
If I move it 2, it could start getting exciting in the middle. If I move it 1, that's kind of protection for the D pawn. So I think I'll do it once.
Harry?
May I move E3 to E4, please?
Ooh. And I'm going to continue, and I'm just going to move my bishop, my F bishop to D to D6. Yeah.
And then Ari, if you do one more move, and then you can do one more move as well, Laurel. So Ari, where would you like to do next?
I would like to move my C1 bishop to E3, please.
Okay. So I'm not going to move it there. Okay. Only because we can now have a discussion. Okay.
Okay.
So how you've opened up. In fact, I'll ask you both what you both think. Ari, what do you think of Laurel's position?
I think that he has a lot of pieces going towards the middle of the board around the 4 squares, and I think that it's really good that he's taken the knights out, and I think both of the bishops, so he has like a lot of control over the board.
Excellent. Laurel,
Yeah.
what do you think of Ari?
I think Ari's very similar. Like, she's got a lot of pieces out. She's got both her knights out. She's got one of her bishops, but she was about to move the other bishop as well. So she's got a lot of pieces in the middle, and it's quite balanced. No one's taken any pieces yet as well, so it's all to play for.
Excellent. So for this opening, okay, you've done a classic, what's called a 2-knight opening. Okay, Ari has got the advantage, as long as she doesn't move that bishop out. The advantage is moving this pawn forward 1. Okay, then you can fork the rook and the knight, and one of them's dead. And then, what would you do from that position, Laurel?
What would I do from that position? I would probably, I'd probably use the knight, move the knight out of the way, just so I could keep the right side safe to castle on. Okay. Because
where do you want to move it?
Maybe up like where the pawn just came from. Nothing can take it from there. Yeah.
Okay.
And that way as well, if it takes.
Would you take that?
Or
would you bring your queen up to here? If we bring out your queen, you lose the chance of taking the bishop, because then you'll just retreat the bishop.
No, I think I'm going to take the bishop now, even though I'm sacrificing a pawn, because the pawn is worth less than the bishop is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you do from there, Laurel?
Okay. I mean, I could still castle, but I'm thinking, should I castle now? Is there a point in doing it for this move? I think I could save the castle for a minute later. And then maybe look something else. What could I do? Maybe take the pawn back with my...
Yeah, so your better move would be to take the pawn, because if you don't, you just lose another pawn.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And then Ari would bring out a queen. The reason why to bring out a queen to here, because then you will still maintain the option of castling on either side. You've got your 3 pawns on either side. So if the knight took, your pawn can take, but it would destroy your pawn structure, okay? But here you can defend either. If the knight took, then you can take back. If the bishop took that knight, then you can take that back, okay? You would probably be better off to castle on the opposite side to black. So black is almost definitely going to castle on this side.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then you would want to castle on the left-hand side. Okay, that's called castling short. That's called castling long. So you would castle long only because then you can attack with your pawns. You've got a knight over here, so you're a bishop up. So you got a piece up. So here you would be in a better, more attacking situation. Let's do that again. Laurel, you go white.
Okay. Can I move my E pawn forwards twice?
Oh, my screen froze. I was
Yeah,
weird.
likewise.
Can I move E7 to E5, please?
Can I move? Alright, can I move my F pawn forwards twice?
That's called a King's Gambit. Harry's got a choice if you want to take it or leave it.
I think I'm going to leave it, and I think I'm going to go D7 to D6.
Okay. Can I move my bishop to
Which one?
my F bishop, sorry, to C4?
Right. May I move my B8 piece to C6, please?
Can I move?
Now, what you're both doing well is you're both developing your pieces, moving your pawns out to enable you to get out your bishops. Your knights can jump over, that's not the main worry,
Yeah.
but it's moving into a situation that you can get your bishop out.
So saying that, should I maybe move my D pawn forwards once?
Yeah.
So my bishop is now free to leave as well.
And what that also does, if black was to take, then the bishop can take back.
Yeah.
Right. Can I move? No, I cannot.
Are you not sure?
No, I think I'd like to move my other knight out from G8 to F6, please.
Yeah, that's the best move. Then you can bring out your bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I want to castle on the other side to what I've sort of cleared up. So I want to start bringing out those pieces. So maybe bring my bishop out first, the C bishop, to, should I go 1 or 2? If I go 2, then that's, yeah, I'll go there. So,
to go further.
Okay, yeah.
Another reason why it's better to go further is because you're also controlling that diagonal, which is better than controlling that diagonal.
I think, I'm not sure about this move, but I think I want to move D6 to D5.
Okay. Should I take? If I take, then you could take with the knight, and then that knight would be in a better position, which would be threatening my bishop as well. Actually, but then if you wouldn't move it, because then I could take with my bishop. So yeah, then you've got your queen there as well. But then if I don't take, then you'll just take. And yeah. So I could either move my bishop and let you take my pawn and then do a pawn for pawn trade there. Or I could take with my pawn and then you take with your knight and then I'll take with my bishop and then you take with the queen.
Yeah.
And I don't really want your queen up there. That's safe. So I'm going to retreat with my bishop. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I like that decision, but I'm gonna go with it.
Ari, you've got a few possibilities now, haven't you?
Yeah.
You can either take one of the
Um.
two pawns, or you can move a pawn up and threaten the bishop. But if you threaten the bishop, then that bishop will fall back one. You could do that, so you got really three choices. Or you can even think about leaving it and bringing out your other bishop.
Yeah.
Fighting the queen.
I was thinking about bringing out the bishop. Yeah, I think I might just do that. I think I might move c8 to all the way down. 1 second. Yeah, there. Yeah.
Okay. So now I guess I can just move my queen forwards once. It will have to go to d2, I guess. That's the only option I can see.
Okay.
So now it could be an idea, Harry, to move your pawn forward.
To move. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to move d5 to d4.
What I think is it gives you a bit more control of the centre square. It forces the bishop to move out the way, and then you can bring down your other bishop to here to threaten the queen. When he moves his pawn forward, you can take.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Not to me. Okay, yeah, I guess move my bishop to f2. Move my e bishop to f2.
Yeah, I think I'm going to move f8 to b4.
Does okay. Now the only other place I can move my queen is that c spot.
You can't actually move the queen because he's pinned. He's pinned your queen to the king.
Oh yeah, of course. So I'm gonna have to move my c pawn then.
Yeah. So you've got a choice. You can take it, and then the knight will take back, and then you've got the knight on the pin. Okay. And then maybe castle, maybe.
Yeah. I think maybe I'd like to move my queen
Where to?
from d8 to d6.
Can I?
And the good thing about that is that can't take your pawn here, but you could take your bishop. The problem with that is that the knight can take back. Okay.
Yeah.
But obviously you lose your bishop.
If the knight wasn't there, that would be a great trade-off for me. So I could do pawn and then only the queen would be able to take. But this, I don't know. This is, I don't know.
You don't have to take. It's up to you.
Yeah. Maybe you're attacking on the left, so maybe I should look at how I can attack on the right. So maybe like my f bishop or my knight, bring them out. Because on the left, if you was to take that, if you was to take the that pawn, then I could take with my pawn.
Yeah.
Then you could take with your pawn again. Then I could take with my queen. So that's what's kind of protected so far. So I'm gonna do the F bishop, move that to. Oh, but then again, like that's all I can do
Where do
with
you
that
think
bishop.
you're moving it
If I was gonna move it to H,
to? Yeah,
all I can do is that I wouldn't be able to attack that knight because you just take with a pawn
yeah, or the queen.
or the queen.
Yeah. It might be worth getting out your knight. Because you haven't developed your knight yet, have you?
Yeah, true. If I bring my knight out, then you wouldn't really take with a bishop because I could just take with a pawn. So yeah, if I bring the knight to F.
Now, what are you thinking, Ali?
Um, hmm.
Think out loud.
I'm literally just thinking white piece, black piece. I'm not. There's no logic going through. I'm just kind of looking at the board.
Okay. So what your options are, okay, is A, move that back, like option number 1, okay. Option number 2 is to take that, okay, and to go for an exchange, then try to bring down your knight. Option number 3 is to castle on either side. Well, 3, castle on your queen side. Option number 4, castle on your king side. So they're really
Okay.
your 4 options.
I'm thinking I could leave the castling for maybe another move. I'm not really in a rush to defend. I'm more of an attacking side. So I'm thinking maybe I can move F6 to H5. Hold on, one
F2
second.
to H5. Why would you want to do that?
To move my knight kind of more into the game.
Okay, so there's an old saying in chess, a knight on the rim is dim.
Okay.
Right, so only put your knights on the edge if you need to because you're defending that piece or you're doing a fork.
Oh, okay.
They're much more effective in the middle of the game.
Right.
Okay? So it's better where it is at the moment. Okay.
Right.
If you're going to move it, you should try to move it around this sort of area. Okay?
Can I?
With your bishop, it may be worth moving your bishop somewhere, either here or here.
Mhm.
Because
Sorry, I was gonna ask if I could threaten the bishop on b3 with my knight on c6 to move that knight onto a5 and then threaten that bishop there.
Yeah, you could do, but why do you want to give away your bishop?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're up in points. If you're up in points, you want to maintain your lead. In chess,
Okay.
if you're playing against a player who's equal to you or not as good, and you get up in points, it can be very difficult for that person to win unless you do bad moves. So
Okay.
because you're up in points, you don't really want to go back down in points unless there's a strategic reason for you to do so, and there's not really. If you pull back, you've still got that thing.
Okay, I think I'm gonna move b4 to a5.
Can I use my F pawn and take the E pawn?
What are you thinking, Harry?
I'm thinking that I'm not gonna take that pawn.
Why?
Oh, actually, it's a fork, isn't it? So I have
Because
to do
what?
something. I
Yeah,
have to
it's
do
a fork.
something because it's threatening. You're right. I'm not gonna take it with the queen because he can take me back with a horse.
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm thinking whether to I think I'm going to take it with the c6 with the knight.
Yeah.
So then even
Wanna
if
do
it is
that?
an exchange, yeah.
Okay, so now can I move my F bishop to G 3?
Hmm.
So now that's pinned your knight.
Yeah.
Do you know how to get out of that pin?
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking if I move the queen out of the way, he's just going to take my knight. If I
Yeah.
move the knight out of the way, he can take my queen.
Yeah. So how can you defend the knight? There's only one move you can do.
There's only one move I can do. Is it moving the other knight, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. Good, well done. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Well done.
I now can I now move my queen
Yeah.
to D? No, not D. Sorry, F.
F.
To F. Yeah.
Okay. So now could be the time for you to take that pawn.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I think I'm gonna
Because if the queen take, it lose the queen. If the knight takes, then or you can move up that pawn up one.
yeah,
That
I
pawn
think
will defend that, and then you can still castle on either side.
I think I'm gonna move f7 to f6, please.
Can I move my B bishop to F7? Oh no, actually, no. I just realized you've moved the piece, so that's ruined that plan. Okay. Now can I? I mean, maybe. Maybe I should look to castle around now.
Okay.
Okay.
Got a good move next.
I'm thinking to take no.
Take the pawn.
Oh yeah, to take the pawn. Yeah, I actually realized I thought I was white for a minute. That one. Thank you.
Now, if I take the pawn with my pawn, then you could take with the bishop, then I could take with the knight, and that would be that. I'm thinking, is it opening anything up if I do that? I think I'll go for it and then see what the consequences.
You can do it with the pawn, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to take with the pawn.
Okay. I think I'd like to move.
Yeah, move. Yeah. 4 minutes left.
Oof. Okay. I was thinking about. I think I'm just gonna castle now on the
I would
left
take the
side.
pawn on D.
On D. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna do that.
The queen.
The queen. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm
Want to do
gonna
that?
d6. Yeah, d6 to d3. Thank you.
Okay. Can I move my? If I move my knight out of the way, then that back is cleared. That rook is protected with the other rook. So what else could the queen do? The queen could take the horse, but that's protected by the pawn. But then the bishop could also take that, and that's not protected by anything. Or the rook is actually. The rook's protecting it as well. So I think, yeah, I'm going to move that B knight. If I move it to D, then it would stop it from the queen from going down. I mean, it could still take it, but
Yeah, the queen won't take it.
Hold on.
oh yeah, because the other knight as well.
Yeah, because it's defended by the queen and the knight.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not sure now.
So now you can either castle on either side or take that pawn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go in with the bishop and take that pawn from a5 to c3, please.
Okay. If I right now, still that knight is protected by both the knight and the queen.
Oh my gosh, how is there someone using these?
So maybe look to move the bishop somewhere. Or the
Which
rook.
bishop?
I don't know. Oh, the G bishop, or even the B one actually. The B one's just there.
Okay. We got 1 minute left, so we'll continue with this game
Okay.
when the time runs out. Okay. But
Cool.
if you tell us where you want to move,
Okay.
and then Harry will do your next move on the next game.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what my best option is, because a lot of things are kind of
the
stuck.
choices are move it here, 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 or here.
Yeah.
That would be the best thing, rather than just to lose it.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe move it to C. If I move it to C, then it's threatening the bishop. But then, yeah.
Do you want a castle, Harry, on your queen side? And then it saves that square from when you move your bishop, that square will be defended. But the other thing is that the queen is attacking that square. The other thing you can do is trap the queen and take your opponent's queen.
How do I trap the queen?
You want to trap it?
Yeah.
You can.
You can move that pawn forward twice. And then the queen's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna trap the queen just before the time runs out.
Okay. So we'll continue. Okay. Can you send us a new link?
Yeah, cool.
So how are you finding the game so far, Harry?
I think it's so engaging.